Well, we go back to the NBA, where if you have certain opinions, yeah, you gots to go. What? Former Chicago Bull Jaden Ivey, who recently got cut from the team due to reasons, speaks out for the first time, breaks his silence, and says he got cut from the team due to his faith.
Are you retarded?
What the hell's going on out here?
I'm Jazz Borganzo, and this, in a league where hypocrisy runs wild like Hulk Hogan, they chose this hill to die on.
It's not a rhetorical question. Are you retarded?
Well, priorities.
Now you're an asshole.
But it's what's next.
It's time.
What's up, everyone? Jazz Borganzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Thursday. And this story has been running rampant the last 24 to 48 hours, and it shows no sign of slowing down. What am I talking about? Well, if you're you're any kind of a sports fan, this should anger you. But then again, maybe not. Former Chicago Bull guard Jaden Ivey, who recently got cut from the Bulls team due to reasons, breaks his silence for the first time and says, well, you know what? The league cut me because I had certain opinions. What were those opinions? Well, he was no fan of the Alphabet Mafia, and they came for him. Unbelievable. But he speaks out, breaks his silence, and says, this is why I got cut. And here we go. This comes out of Outkick. Jaden Ivey breaks his silence on Bulls waiving him, said he was cut for preaching the gospel. In his first podcast comments since being waived, Jaden Ivey admits Chicago cut him due to his faith. This is Bruce Pearl, former coach, and he speaks out on Ivey getting cut.
Give me your thoughts, Jaden Ivey. You know, conduct detrimental. Seems like the NBA, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but seems like the NBA lets certain things go, but not Jaden Ivey. What'd you think?
Facts.
You know, I don't think it's a great look. You know, the problem is, Dan, when you say something, like as an American Jew, when I say something about Islam or Islamic extremism, you know, I'm out of line. And when I say, if I were to say something in any ways, as a coach, I fought the fight to battle racism my whole career, because I know what it really looks like in the 60s and the 70s. And I've seen how far we've come and how much we've progressed, so on and so forth. And I've always been, I think that it's amazing what a free society we have in this country, where different lifestyles are accepted. And I think that's terrific. But if based on somebody's faith, you know, they just don't want to support a certain lifestyle.
Facts.
Or they don't want to promote it because it goes against their faith.
Facts.
And I think that's wrong for a corporation or a company, or in this case, the NBA. If that's the reason why they suspended him, because he could not support a lifestyle that his religion says
Correction, he was not suspended. He got cut from the team.
Is something that it's not supposed to be, well then, I think you got to let it go. You know, I think it's fine to support the LGBT community publicly. I think it's fine to say, you know what, based on my faith, I'm not going to.
Christianity?
Facts. NBA guard Jaden Ivey publicly spoke out for the first time on his podcast since being waived by the Chicago Bulls, and he's not backing down. And the Bulls are learning the hard way that you can waive Ivey, but you cannot silence him. The Bulls said Ivey released due to conduct detrimental to the team. Yes, he was a disruption. But based on his latest comments on Pinpoint Podcast, Ivey clearly believes this goes much deeper than basketball. The move sparked backlash from fans and fellow athletes, with Christian stars like Trayvon Henderson publicly defending him. Ivey shared pieces of his personal journey, some of which were darker than expected out of the player. Quote, I've almost committed ending myself multiple times, Ivey said. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not ashamed because God was merciful to keep me here. The former top 5 pick shared one of the lowest moments of his life. I've had pills in my hand, and my wife was telling me, don't do this. Don't go down this road. According to Ivey, this has become a deeply personal fight, not involving his career, but also his faith and the people closest to him. He also said family members have turned on him because of his outspoken faith. Quote, those who are around me, those are my family members, betraying me because of what I spoke. I spoke the truth, betraying me, saying that I lost my mind, saying that I'm crazy. Those are in my own household, all because of the gospel, all because I said the truth, Ivey said. They hate you because they hated me first. Gee, where have we heard that before? Those who are around me, those who are family members, excuse me, I get surgery. I'm rehabbing, right? Ivey said, and then under false doctrine, once saved, always saved. And then your righteousness, it doesn't matter. If you sin, it can't touch your soul. He said the belief system has left him with no peace. And still, I had no peace. I went back during that time and I had my 2 children. I was back in the world again, trying to figure out what is the truth, Ivey said. As fallout from the Bulls' decision continues, Ivey is also forcefully pushing back against the team's explanation for being cut. Ivey declared that he was a good teammate and never gave the organization any legitimate basketball reason to cut him or to move on. I was a good teammate for those around me, Ivey said. I made the right plays. I did exactly what the coach asked me to do on a daily basis. Whatever was needed, whatever was required from me, I was willing to do. Then he directly challenged the Bulls' public reasoning. My conduct was not detrimental to the team. It's strictly because I spoke the truth, the word of God, and I was preaching the gospel, Ivey said. When Ivey gets another chance at the NBA, and I pray that he does, and I think teams are going to ignore this because of how talented he is, because they've allowed certain things to go on, but this was allowed. No, we can't have that. Still remains to be seen. But he made it clear he's willing to keep playing anywhere if it means to be staying truth to what he believes. If that opportunity came, it doesn't matter if it's in the NBA, Ivey said. It doesn't matter if it's, I know I don't have it, but if it's a CBA, if it's overseas, it doesn't matter. It could be the African League. Right now, Ivey seems to be far less concerned of where he plays next than whether making sure people hear exactly what he believes, that he's out of Chicago, or that he's now out of Chicago. I said on a recent TikTok post that leagues, plural, have allowed certain things. Have allowed DUIs, have allowed loaded guns on airports, have allowed beating your wife and smacking around your girlfriend, have allowed uncontrollable, driving on the road, have allowed certain things to go on that they turn a blind eye to. But they chose this hill to die on. For a man speaking out against the alphabet mafia, the rainbow jihad, no, we can't have that. So you got to go. This is hypocrisy in its fullest form and definition. What's good for me is not good for thee. So I'm glad that certain Christian players have stepped up. There should be players league-wide stepping up and say, this is bullshit. Because it is. It's absolute bullshit. Because of a man speaking out and says, hey, you know what? The league approves righteousness. It celebrates unrighteousness, by letting the alphabet mafia run around all over them, But also, if you are a certain faith, if he were Muslim, if he were Jewish, would Ivey have gotten cut? Hell to the... No way. Absolutely not. They would have burned the league down if they would have done something like this, if he were those two faiths. But no, he happens to be Christian, so of course Christianity is allowed to get picked on left, right, and center just because. Well, priorities. At least the league has priorities. Skewed, retarded, moronic, idiotic, buffoonery, assholery priorities, but priorities. Like I said in the beginning of this video, to quote Jesus, he said, they hated you, they hate you now because they hated me first. You got to preach the gospel, they're going to come after you. You got to preach the word, they're going to come after you. Because you speak truth, they're going to come after you. Why? Because they came after me first. So keep preaching, Ivey. Keep preaching. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below and like it, share it, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a thing. Appreciate you guys watching as always, and we'll see you next time. Peace.